Hello, hello, hello. Let's turn the webcam on. How are we all doing today on this incredibly warm day here in the UK as we hit yet another heat wave? How are we all doing at this fine Thursday? Are we all good? It's been a while since we have done a reading sprint. It's been a good couple of months, I think. So, as we're in Don't Die July, I thought, why not do one this month? I'm a little bit undecided on the books I'm going to work from. I've got a quick poll on there if anybody wishes to vote. I'm struck between It's Not a Cult by Joey Beatty, Japanese Gothic by Kylie Lee Baker, which is the Illumicrate edition, and Sakulina, a novella which I have on ebook, which is about 110 pages long. So I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to start with that. We shall see. Shout out as well to, although he is not here, to Noah over at the Bookworm. He is the creator of Don't Die July, the event that I'm co-hosting this month. Go and check his channel out. In fact, let's do something really sensible and pop his link to his channel in the chat so you can check him out once my internet starts working, because apparently it doesn't want to. That doesn't bode well after a week of internet problems, but we'll throw that in a minute. But what is everybody up to? What are people reading? Let me know in the chat while I figure out exactly what I've done here, because I have no idea. It's not alive without tech problems. Why is that not showing me anything more to the point? Go on. Work for me. Pretty please. There we go. There we go. There we go. There's Noah's channel if you want to check him out. So the way this works, you don't have to be reading. You can be doing anything to while away the time. Do a number of sprints. They're going to vary in terms of size. First one's going to be 45 minutes, and then we'll go from there. This is just to help break up your time for the day. Hello, Luna. How are you? How's life? How's things? How's work? I know you're in work today. Please help me pick my next read by selecting one of the options. Pretty please, because I'm being really indecisive. It Is Not a Cult by Joey Beatty is a hardback. Japanese Gothic by Kylie Lee Baker is the Illumicrate edition. And Sakulina is a 110 pages long novella, which I could actually finish today. So, Japanese Gothic. Okay, we have our first vote. That is this version, which I believe... I've not got the right screen up to see if I'm on camera. There we go. Which I believe you also have, actually. I've put my thingy on backwards. Yeah, very nice, disturbing cover on that one. But how's work? How's life? How's things? How's your head as well? Because I know you've suffered a little bit. I can't put the dust jacket back on. There we go. But yeah, tell me about all the things. I suspect we'll have more people in later. This is very early for me to do a reading sprint by my standards. So the other book I'm reading at the moment is A Dirge for Cassius Part 2, which is an arc review of a book that comes out on the 16th, which I'm really enjoying so far. I'm only 20% of the way in, but it's a interesting follow-up to book 1 so far. Most of the day off, I worked for a bit. Now I'll soon have lunch like 2 in my teacher training. Nice! How is that going for you? I could never be a teacher. I lack the patience. I also have coffee, so obviously people please make sure that they have drinks and snacks. So I went out early this morning before it got too warm. It's about 28 degrees outside right now. And about the same in the house, because UK houses and AC are a no. Because why not? Just in terms of month to date as well, because it is Don't Die July, so we do have a bingo board, which I am working through so far, and I've actually missed one off when I've done it, but so far this month I have ticked off Haunted Location, Survival Horror, Killer on the Loose, Comedy Horror, Journal Found Footage, and body horror, and I think there's another one that I've clicked off as well that I'm missing there. Monster Hunt. I've got Monster Hunt as well. So I don't know what Japanese Gothic is going to knock off. I know Sakulina will hit ocean and deep horror. I know It's Not a Cult will hit folk horror as well. So yeah, meditation and mindfulness are very different. Two things that I'm terrible at, objectively. So I'm not the most mindful of people in the world. But yeah, let me just turn that on. So the first one is going to be 45 minutes. And there'll be some music because it's been a while since I've used Spirit, whatever it's called, Spirit City, and it's changed a little bit. There's some new stuff on there to play with. So we'll have a look at that in a minute as well. Also, my latest review is up for Fabulous Bodies by Chuck Tingle. If anyone wants to check that out, it would be appreciated because I don't really do reviews very often anymore. But of course, the workmen begin now. Why? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you start drilling things? But we'll get up to 22, and then we'll start the first sprint, which will be 45 minutes. I'll make a start. I mean, we're going with Japanese Gothic because go away. So that's the one we're going to read today. So that's the pretty one, which is, I think this is the biggest of the books. I think. Yeah, 350 pages, but it is pretty big typeface, to be fair. So we'll read we'll do the blurb for it for anyone that's here. So 2025, Lee can't remember exactly where he hid the body, but he can remember the blood. Hiding out in his father's centuries-old home in Japan, Lee knows something is wrong with him, and he knows it has something to do with his mother's disappearance almost a decade ago. It is pretty in real life. I'm not blown away by the edges on it, and whilst I like the dust jacket, I don't love it, but the artwork inside I really like. It's a style that I quite enjoy, to be fair, and the hardcover is gorgeous. Like, I think maybe my favourite hardcover of the year, maybe. I'll have to think about that. 1877, a female samurai, Sen, stalks the border of her home to protect her family from slaughter. She's not sure how they'll ever survive, not without her father, who has returned from a war, a stranger with a different soul behind his eyes. When Lee and Sen find one another through a door between their worlds, they're both looking for answers. But what they find in the creaking old house they share is beyond what either of them could imagine. So there's some timey-wimey shenanigans, as David Tennant would say. 50% into the MMT 300, short for 300 hours meditation and mindfulness training. Okay. So past halfway, so that's good. I hope you're enjoying it. Like I say, mindfulness is, I do occasionally meditate. I actually do have, I can't remember what it's called, but I do actually have a thing on Steam, which I haven't used for ages actually, where if you meditate every day, it rewards you by sort of building up this campsite with these little there's like a little fox that comes to visit, and it rewards sort of the streak idea, which hits that dopamine thing. But I am really, really bad at sticking to anything on a schedule. So as we all know, so done by the end of October. That's not too far off. It's really cute. I can't remember what it's called. I'll have a nosy round during the first sprint. It's very cute. It's very cute. It's got quite a interesting art style. It's quite jagged in a lot of ways, but the more you do it, the more the world kind of fills out. So it's got a load of different tools built into it to help you meditate as well. So, because obviously meditation can mean different things for different people. So, because not everything works for everyone. But it's really bugging me because I can never remember what it's called. Yeah. I'm actually going to just Google it. That's probably quicker. Plane. It's called Plane. P-L-A-Y-N-E. So, Insight Timer. I think I had a look at Insight Timer. I used to use... is it called Calm? Is it just called Calm? I've used a couple over the years. I do have some built into my fitness app as well now, which I have not used for 3 weeks. I've spent too much time eating cake, which will happen later in the video. Yeah, Calm. I used to use Calm a long time ago. Like, we're talking best part of a decade ago, probably at this point. Calm, what I used it for was free at the time. But I have some stuff built into other stuff. But yeah, the thing is called Plane. Which is quite... Oh, no. I mean, it's a few years old now, actually. When did it come out? Yeah. It's not as old as I thought it was. It came out in 2022, so it's only 4 years old. But, yeah, it's really sort of interesting little meditation aid with quite a polygon style. Yeah, is it an E? Hang on. P-L-A-Y-N-E. So let me... You have Steam, right? There you go. That'll take you potentially to the right store. But we've got over the time when I said, so there we go. You should be able to follow that link then and have a look. Like I said, I've not used it a huge amount because I don't stick to streaks very well. Just on principle, you can't tell me what to do. But yeah, we're going to dive into the first sprint though, so I'm going to try and remember how to do things because it's been a while. So disappear that. That's a good start. We've done the first bit right. I'm really annoyed at the drill going off outside right now, however. We're going to change the activity. We're going to move to the bed to read. There we go. No, actually, let's not have the full. Let's have the close-up. There we go. We're going to start the timer off at 45 minutes. Whatever you're doing, I hope you have a good time, and we'll check back in 3/4 of an hour. So how was that first sprint for everybody? Also, welcome to Dee Dee, Kat, and Noah who popped in. If you're still here, welcome. I've forgotten how to do things because it's been a while. There we go. 24 degrees and wind. We have all the heat and none of the wind. I've just, as you can see, I'm right next to a window, so there is no wind. Wall lecture done, still at 57%. I mean, it's one more done though. That's a good thing, right? Yes, I have. Right, okay. I have turned the game capture music down. I didn't realise it was coming through a different tab to last time I streamed. So that's a fun thing to learn. Always check all your sources, people. So I have reached, what page am I on? Chapter 3. So I'm on page 31 of this beauty. So the first two chapters, this is a dual POV set in, or at least initially in two different timelines. I'm not going to say too much because I know some people have got this and haven't read it yet. So the first two chapters are from Lee's point of view. And it's interesting so far. It is very much asking a question that I quite like, which is this an insane person or do they really have a sixth sense, so to speak? I think we know what the answer is going to be in a book like this. But I always find it quite interesting to see how that's being explored. I have a small gripe with the prose so far, which is the constant use of the person's name when referring to them irritates me. I don't know what it is. I don't need every sentence to start with Lee thinks this, Lee says this, Lee does this. And it's Lee is the main POV character for the first two chapters. But there's a constant repetition of name use which feels less necessary. It's a really weird gripe. I've had this gripe before with books as well, and I don't know what it is. But then again, I'm really bad at remembering names. So maybe, just maybe, I will remember some of the names after this. But what have other people been up to? Also, what are people reading at the moment as well? Obviously, after this one, I've got Siculina, which I need to read, which I'll probably read in a day because it's 100 pages. And I'm going to hit It's Not a Cult by Joey Beatty. And then that's going to leave me about 4 things to tick off the bingo board, I think. Zombie Apocalypse I'll do via gaming, actually, because I've got to finish the Walking Dead game. So that'll be that one done. I've got Creature Feature. Why have I not ticked that off? Well, yeah, so far it's okay. It does have a slightly off feeling to it that I appreciate. But so far, pretty solid. It's not blowing me away yet. So we'll see. The next sprint will be 60 minutes because I've got some little bits of housework I need to get up and do. There's going to be a slightly longer one, the next one, just while I faff about, because apparently I have got to adult, which make me sad. We also do have some explanation, actually, which I do appreciate so early on, for why there is a woman in a suitcase on the hardcover. They're torturing me with slow jams from the 70s, killing me now. I mean, are you not allowed to just put your headphones in at work and ignore them? Also, how about we don't kill you, you kill them? Obviously, we don't advocate for violence here. However, just a consideration to redirect that energy away from you and towards others. So the next chapter goes to the character of Sen, who is in 1877. So, interestingly enough, our main character of Alex is the modern day, so about nowish. If memory serves, what year? 2025, is it? Yeah, 2025. So Yeah, we're jumping back to 1877 and the Kagoshima domain. So, yeah, also just realised they don't have chapter names, they just have chapter numbers. Which feels like a weird thing to say because most books are like that, but I think I've just read a lot that have chapter titles at the moment. But what are people reading at the moment? What are people doing? We're getting close to the weekend as well. So what plans have people got for this weekend? Please let me know. I need to live viscerally through other people. Next is going to be 60 minutes. I'm going to start that in a second because I think one of my utilities has just stopped running. So I'm going to silence myself now and turn that sound back on. We have another 60 minutes. But let me know what you're reading in the comments so I can get some more book recs. And we'll be back in an hour. And that is the second sprint done. How did everybody get on with that one? Let me just... that one. There we go. Reached the quarterway of the book, page 89, I think I'm on. Hello to Elaine, welcome, welcome. And also to Paula, who's popped in as well. How did everybody get on? What was everybody up to during that one? I know Luna is watching videos for teaching course. Noah, I know, has had an appointment and has then bounced. That's not an English word, is it? Bounced back in. I not sure how much I like this book. Enjoying nature and the breeze. The only breeze I've got is from my fan. There is literally no breeze outside right now. None. And it's 29, I think. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly how I feel about the book at the moment. It's got a lot of quite asymmetric parallels, which feels like that's a sentence that shouldn't exist. Turn on the AC. What is AC? AC is a lie. That doesn't exist. I am reading Japanese Gothic, so that's the Dust Jacket. It's one of my Illumicrate books. There's a lot of emphasis on bodies in small spaces, which, again, you get that off the cover for this one. I think I'm about to get some answers, though, because the next chapter is not a POV chapter. It's The Legend of Urashima Taro, Part 1. Now, it's worth saying this book is set in 2 different time frames. One of them during the one of the samurai rebellions in Japan, and the other one in current day. Satsuma Rebellion was the name of it. There's a couple of historical things that don't quite make sense to me. I wonder if they'll make sense later on. I think they probably will do. Penguin-shaped ice cubes, love it, love it. But it's very slow. We've still got like the 2 main characters who are like 150 plus years apart, kind of interacting, but not really. I'm curious how it pulls itself in, and there's some other little bits and pieces that are sprinkled in while I'm trying to figure out what's going on, but I feel like I'm lacking some bits of historical and mythological context, if that makes sense. It's okay, it's very slow, but which is not necessarily a bad thing. You know, it's more of a folk horror by the feel of it so far, and I like folk horror. I just didn't expect it to be quite structured like this. It's curious. Very curious. Why is it not showing everything on my... There we go. Sounds fun. Use frozen fruit instead of ice cubes. Beverages and a snacky one. I mean, that's not a bad call, to be fair. Like, especially to keep you cool. But, hey, next sprint I will do my Japa meditation of the day. I don't know. I know what meditation is. I don't know what that specific one is, unless it's a miskey and I'm just not seeing it, which is possible, but I'm also an imbecile, so probably go back to 45 for the next one. Actually, I don't get brain freeze from stuff, weirdly enough, possibly because I do not have a brain. So that's fun. But yeah, it's. I might get something to eat actually in the next one as well, because it's nearly 2 o'clock and I'm getting a little bit peckish. Then again, I've got snacks. We can do snacks. So, huzzah for that. Also, shout out to Noah again. Don't Die July creator. He's the reason that I'm doing this month. No brain freeze. No brain. Is the ancient practice of rhythmically repeating a sacred word, phrase, or mantra. Okay, I didn't know it was called that. I do know about it. I didn't know that was the name of it, though. So that's something learned today. Yeah, so Noah, I did link his channel somewhere in the chat earlier. He is streaming later on tonight. He's streaming Dark Souls Remastered Edition, I presume. It didn't look like the original edition. So that's at 6 o'clock tonight. Later on, he will drop his Twitch stream in there. Did I just call you brainless? No. I would never. I called me brainless. There's no evidence that I called you brainless. Please don't set cat on me. So, yeah, lots more Don't Die July stuff coming over the next couple of weeks, because it's only the 9th. Which, actually, thinking about it, that means my numbers are ridiculous for this month, actually. Thinking about it. Yeah, I've gone past 1,000 pages this month already, which is on course to be the best reading month of of the month. Interestingly, of the year. Interestingly enough, so that's fun. Doing 21 days of Japa meditation is part of teacher training. I've chosen the mantra I was first taught for Japa meditation years ago. Fair enough. I call British sarcasm. That's what you call him. Got you, Elaine. Yeah, next one will be 45 minutes. Probably going to grab something to eat. I'm aiming. How far into the book do I want to get? Probably aiming to get to the halfway mark of the book today. That's probably my challenge target for the day. So I'll probably sprint until I hit that point. So I'm probably looking at maybe another 2 sprints. In fact, no, we'll stick with an hour. Actually, no, not 601 minutes. That's a silly to do. I don't know is the short answer. Like I say, I'm aiming to get to 50%, and I've done that in 2 sprints so far. I've got to the quarter point, so probably another 2 hours plus chatting time. It'll take us to what, 4, 4:30-ish my time. I'm thinking, because I do need to bounce back into Search for Cassius as well today, because I've only got a week to get through that. And I'm only 20% of the way in, because that book is dense. Like, properly dense. So, yeah, if I get halfway on this, that'll be an achievement. So, yeah, I'll stick to another hour. Disappear my face, because nobody needs to see that. And also, you know, there is no way on God's green earth that I am keeping a t-shirt on in this heat. And nobody needs to see that. So, we'll bounce back into another sprint. See, my stuff is really slow to show me messages. I'm making dinner at some point. I'm probably going to get something to eat. I'm a little bit peckish. I'm thinking I might get takeaway tonight, because I've not had takeaway for a couple of weeks now. So, even though I keep saying I'm going to, I then keep not getting it. But let's dive into another sprint. Another hour one this time round. Did I turn that off? No, I didn't. I turned my face off, though, which is good. Let's hit play on the music again. And let's crack on with another hour sprint. I'm going to grab something to eat, and I'll be back shortly. Happy sprinting, everyone.